Oh shit. We lost everybody. Well, almost everybody. There's only one G left. All the G's been wiped out. It's still, but we still got Strand, so that's good. Anyway, episode starts off. Daniel, he stays ready even when he lost his damn mind. While he's asleep, he hears the gunshot go off. It didn't wake him up, except for in his dream. In his dream, he woke up. Let's get the fuck out of here. Something going on. Da, 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 da. He was moving. You see how he was moving? That tells you right there. With whatever he was doing back with whatever group he was in, they kept him in good shape. Except for the mind. They got rid of this. Keep the body strong in this week. They fucked this up, but he was moving. Anyway, at that point, Celia, she went fucking psycho. When she found out that Strand killed her son, she went psycho. Wasn't her real son, but like a son. She went psycho. She smacked the shit out of him. I mean, she smacked him so hard, his chin flew over here, and then the rest of his head went that way. First, his chin went over there, then the rest of his head. At that point, you can kind of see she's psycho because, oh shit, left that shit here. Strand only did that because he didn't want Abigail to become a walker. He thought being a walker is probably worse than death. And it is. I cannot see any type of reason to believe that being dead would be better than being a fucking walker. I mean, be worse than being a walker. You can't come back. And if you could, you're so fucked up, you're going to die anyway. You get what I'm saying? It makes no fucking sense. So in his mind, he's got a sound mind. He says, I should probably just kill him. Not only that, he wasn't crazy enough to kill himself. So Celia told him they got 5 minutes to get the fuck. Well, they got 24 hours. She said, I'm not giving you a day. I'm giving you 24 hours. Because you could mean a day as in tomorrow, then the next day. No, 24 hours. I want your ass off this property. Anyway, Daniel, he was on some prison shit, fixing this shank up. It was a piece of scrap metal or something, and he's watching looking for the guards, looking for the other inmates, scraping the shit across his rock, and he got it pretty sharp. He had it sharp enough where if something jumped off, he could handle himself. Everybody's watching him. I don't think they was specifically watching Daniel. Not specifically. Maybe Celia was specifically watching Daniel because she did have interest in him because she was letting him go later on, even after he cut one of her boys. So I don't know if she took special interest in him. Maybe because he spoke Spanish. I don't know. I think he was Mexican or whatever. He was something. I'm not exactly sure. But I think they were more so keeping an eye on just that group in general because they don't know enough about them and they're not really getting with the program. Anyway, got the prison shank ready, and Madison, she's trying to get right before Celia flips out because she knows that they got to go, but she knows Celia is not all there. So she's telling her son, her daughter, get your shit, pack your shit up, get your shit ready. She said, I need you fucking ready. We're going to have to run. Nick is trying to convince her that Celia is the smartest person he ever met. He said Celia was the smartest person he ever met. She was the sexiest person he ever met. She was the wisest person he ever met. The most beautiful person he ever met. He's worshiping Celia. That's what it really is. He started worshiping Ceres. He started worshiping Celia. Anyway, Travis, he found a spot to rest his feet after he was tracking down Chris. I don't know why he didn't just grab his fucking shoes. I mean, he was at the house. I understand why he got up without the shoes because you heard a gunshot. You run down there real quick. So I can understand him getting up. But once he found out Chris was going, why would you keep running and running and running without? That slows you down. Maybe he just wasn't thinking. He wasn't fucking thinking. And he comes across his house where this guy claims he can't speak Spanish. I mean, he can't speak English. And he's trying to see if the guy knows where his son is. Now, we find out Nick starts working full time for Celia now. He's basically Winter Soldier. She told him all them fucking the trigger words. She said salt, pepper, ketchup, mayonnaise, guacamole, and olive oil or whatever, some shit like that. And he starts following her like he's a robot. Just he can't stop himself. It's confusing at first until we get Strand involved. It's confusing. It's like, damn, this guy did a 180. Now, anyway, he's in way too fucking deep. He had a conversation with his mom and everything, and he's just in too fucking deep. He told his mom, he says, I walk amongst them now. The fucking walkers. Right when he says some dumb shit like that, that's some cult shit. When you say something that makes no sense, but you can tell by looking at the person's face that they seriously believe it, something's definitely wrong. At that point, I said, okay, this dude, he's gone. He's out of here. This motherfucker's out of here. And Nick was a G at one point, seemingly. Turns out he's not. Madison's been stepping up. A lot of people don't like Madison's character, and don't get me wrong, I complained about it myself. I didn't. She started off kind of bland, got really rocky, got annoying, but they've been making steps. I mean, she did pretty good in this episode, the last episode. They've been making steps. She's been stepping up. She's got a leadership type of mind to a certain extent. She's becoming stronger. She's willing to take on other people's burdens. Like she was trying to save her son. She said, yo, you keep your ass on this boat. I'll go handle these psychos. You know, so she's developing. She's developing. And I don't mean her titties are growing. She's just developing mentally. Her titties are kind of big, but no, I'm joking. Let me stop. But she's developing mentally. Now, anyway, we find out Daniel, he just went fucking full psycho. Complete psycho. He's talking to Strand, and like I said, he says some far out shit about the dirt is evil. Strand is looking at this guy like, okay, the fuck going on? I think Strand understands the dude has some type of mental break. He's looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong? That's what he said to him. He said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Daniel is really just lost it. That's what it is. He just lost it. When he says the dirt is evil, the people's farts are evil, it stinks in here, that's not good, that's not good. When you say some far out shit and it looks like you're completely convinced, I got to worry about I'm concerned with your mental health. So at that point in time, we pretty much knew Daniel was losing it. I mean, before we know that he was off the deep end, but it was like at that point it seemed like there was no really redeeming it because it kept progressing and progressing and progressing. This is the point where it like really turned. Where I mean, he didn't just hear one voice. Now the motherfucker's hearing 4 voices. So it got pretty bad at that point. But then Strand, he puts Madison up on game. I like how they did this. Strand always got some good shit to say. Always. I mean, it never fails. Always. Not only that, he basically was breaking the fourth wall. Well, he didn't break the fourth wall, but he was trying to narrate to us what the hell was going on with Nick. Madison went to Strand for some answers. Strand is pretty intelligent. She says, what's going on with my son? He said, you know what the fuck is going on. No, I don't. He said, your son was a heroin addict. He just got off the fucking heroin. So he's already kind of unstable. And then The fucking world goes to hell in a handbag. You see dead people walking. All this shit happened. Not only that, what happened at the hospital? He had to. He almost got killed by his friend. Had to kill his friend. It was just too much going on at one point in time. And he said he was looking for answers, and he found them from fucking Celia. And she was talking some old far out voodoo bullshit, like Strand said. It made perfect sense. And this shit happens in real life, even if you're not on drugs. Take this from a lot of like cult type mind state people, cult like minds. When people they take advantage of people who've been in wild situations. So let's say you almost lost your life or something. It could have been a drug overdose or something like that. And you're just like, oh my God, I need to find meaning in life. Oh my God, what the fuck happened? Why am I still here? I should be dead. I know a lot of people who this happened to are dead. I need some answers. Why the fuck am I still here? People do that. And guess what happens? Some guy on the street, he introduces you to somebody named Azik Abadaba or some shit like that, Yabba Dabba, the dude named Yabba Dabba Doo, and he tells you that he's the Messiah and he's sent by God and shit. But he's got disciples that believe what he says and tell you some shit that you want to hear. You're not really concerned with whether it's true. You're only concerned with whether he's giving you some answers. They could be complete bullshit. And this happens all the time. That's how people get caught in cults. All it takes is for an event to happen where you start questioning. If you're somebody who does not care about the answers, you're more so concerned with who does not care about the validity, and you're more so concerned about the answers. And I see a lot of people that do this. You gonna follow the motherfucker. Matter of fact, we got Islam, Judaism, and Christianity are the biggest religions on the planet, right? You think all three of them are right? Come on, all three of them are not going to be right. Every religion can't be right. That means some people are out there following bullshit. At least some people are out there following bullshit. They're not all right. All of them can't be. They can't be. They contradict each other too much. So some people are out there following bullshit, which means that they're more concerned about just somebody saying, I got answers. So when he said that, it was just like a light bulb went off. They gave him the perfect thing to say. He turned around, he said, I'm not that boy's daddy. When he said that, I was like, oh my God, here we go, Strand. Go ahead and say something. And he told us, Strand is my favorite character. He's gotta be. Gotta be. Can't be anybody else. So anyway, Chris made Travis believe he's a killer because Chris was in the fucking room where the guy was at, had the boy hostage with a gun to his head. Then he tried to kill his own father. He started swinging a knife at him. And then he finally revealed to his dad, he says, I am a killer. He's saying, you know what else? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Steel. And I don't give a fuck about Raheem either. He's saying, you even less of a man than me. No, he says, I ain't gonna be shit. He said, I ain't shit. He said, I'm not shit and I'm never gonna be shit. So as soon as I decide that you ain't gonna be shit, pow. Just that simple. So when Chris finally told that to Travis, he understood that his son was a psycho. He actually was talking to Alicia earlier, and Alicia was telling him, yo, your son's a fucking psycho. And he didn't believe her. She said, why would I lie? I ain't got no reason to lie. He said, this is my son. I'm going to believe him no matter what. Another instance where people just want to believe what they want to fucking believe because it makes them feel like cotton candy, rainbows, and teddy bears inside. They're going to believe it. Like, my son can't be a psycho. He's my son. I love him. So I'm going to make believe that he's a Care Bear or something like that. He's a good guy dial. And if you don't know, that's the fucking dial that Chucky is. He might look good on the outside, but he's a fucking piece of shit. Now, but he just had a mental breakdown. I don't know if he can come back. He probably could, maybe. I don't know. It seemed like he had a little bit of it seemed like he had some type of. It was a little bit of a turning point when he was getting ready to kill his dad. It seemed like that might have been a turning point. But him and his dad going to stay down in Mexico. So I wonder if they're going to ever meet back up. I'm hoping not. I don't give a fuck about them. Travis was interesting. He didn't become interesting, but he was interesting for like 2 episodes. Other than that, he's been straight bullshit this whole time. Now, when he first came in, he was all right. When he was looking for Chris, I mean, not Chris, when he was looking for Nick, that was okay. But his character was never all that great. He never really was good. But there was some instances, like when he was working on a boat, it was like, damn, this guy might be useful. And he went back to complete and utter bullshit. So cool. But it's only been a few episodes. We had 1 season, now we're on the 2nd season. It's only been like, 14 episodes in total? So I'm not going to expect every character to just be outright amazing from the very beginning. Chris was good. I mean, no, Nick. Nick was good. Strand was good. So we got Daniel. Daniel was good from the beginning. Nick was good from the beginning. Strand was good from the beginning. So we got a few characters that's been good from the beginning, but not all of them, as you can see. So anyway, Celia, she starts fucking up Daniel's head even more because Daniel shanked somebody and they threw him inside like this little kennel, sit the dogs on him. And she was talking to him about his inner demon. She knew that something snapped. When she was watching him, she might have been able to tell he didn't have it all together. That's what it seems like. I think she might have been able to tell that he didn't have it all together. And on top of that, she might have seen him talking to his goddamn self. Because, I mean, they were standing outside the thing. She might have heard him talking to herself. And she knew that something was going on. Now, as she's talking about it, this motherfucker starts seeing more and more visions. The fucking wife came back. Everything happened. So he's fucked up. Now, at that point, you know it's a wrap. He's done. He's been seeing too many visions. He saw too much. Anyway, Nick went back to Travis. Travis told him, he said, I'm going to change my name to Travis Scott. And me and Chris, we're going to start up a group and we're going to be singing and rapping and act as if that you've never seen us before. So Nick leaves. He goes back to Celia. He's Celia's herald. He goes back to her. Nikki Barnes, Bucky Barnes, Nikki Barnes, the Winter Soldier. He goes back to Celia. And Travis stays out there with his son. Now, what the fuck are they going to be doing? I know they're not going to be living with that guy that he, held his son hostage. But at this point, who gives a fuck? They're gone. Peace. Anyway, Madison, she was trying to haggle with Celia, about letting them stay and can I understand where you're coming from? And really, she was tricking her because once she found out that Celia was saying some far out shit, because Strand already told her she's on some dumb shit. She's a cult leader. So after she listened to that and she heard her say, "Oh, you have to understand where we're coming from and listen to the dead and walking with the dead." I don't know what she talked about. I don't know what she said exactly. But once she said that, Madison knew Strand's right. She is fucking psycho. So she said, "Teach me." When she said "teach me," she was setting her up, and she locked in the fucking Walker cell. Now at that point, she kind of got her because Celia can't scream because they're gonna come for her. So she's gotta pray that somebody comes. That's it. She gotta pray that somebody shows up. That's the only thing she could do. But on top of that, Madison called her on her bluff. And I liked it. This was development for Madison. You think that those walkers are people, and you think that, they're really just still alive and all the. Okay, well, stay with them. Do you have that much faith in them? So Madison seen her, she called her on the bluff and she was like, okay, I guess I gotta take it. That was it. Anyway, Daniel, he escaped, and it was like he was fucking James Bond, like he was a psycho James Bond. And he was able to drop the dude that was going in there to feed him. I think Celia sent him from before, sent his ass, and he dropped him, and he went to go save his wife, who wasn't really there. And he goes down into the cell with the walkers and set everything on fire. He was 007, but psycho version. Now he sees his wife, and he burns her, basically giving her a proper burial or a proper send-off. I'm thinking that the person he burned, like you seen everybody start turning into back to their old forms and whatnot, like he was having psychotic breakdown. I think that his wife was probably Celia. Like Celia got chewed up, became a damn walker. I don't know if she could turn that quick though, but it was dark when he got down to the thing. I mean, I guess if she got chewed up enough, shit. I mean, if they killed her fast enough, she would come back quick. You know, so I think it might have been her because she was the one that was filling his head up with that dumb shit. Remember back when he was tied up, she was talking some far out shit to him. So it might have been her that approached him, or a walker version of her. Anyway, Ophelia, Alicia, Madison, they try to escape with Strand. Strand, he's getting ready to leave. He said some more slick shit. He said, "Don't worry about me. I'm going here to get a cab." But anyway, he comes back after he sees the fire and whatnot to go save Madison and them because he knew what was going on. So Strand is having a change of heart. He's not heartless, but at the same time, he said, "Let's get the fuck out of here." Even though the sun was gone, he says, "Fuck that. We got to go. We'll all be dead." So he's thinking logically. So even though he's willing to put himself on the line a little bit, he's still the Strand we remember because he's not willing to just sacrifice himself for somebody. He's willing to make a risk. So we see that development. He also said that Madison wasn't his friend, but yet he's trying to save her. So we see that relationship growing. I don't know if they're going to be together because we don't know if Strand is bisexual. He could just be gay. I don't know. But he could be bisexual. Who knows? So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, he's trying to get her to leave, but she's looking for Nick. Nick finally shows back up, and he's mad that he think Madison was, set the place on fire. He's actually pissed about it, and she's trying to get him to come. Strand tells him that motherfucker is gone. He went psycho. They leave. He's walking with the fucking walkers. That's the way the episode ends off at. Now, we lost so many people in this episode. We lost Daniel. We lost Nick. We lost Travis. We lost Chris. We lost Celia. The only G left is Strand. The only decent main character that in the last few episodes is left is Madison. That's it. Alicia's never been all that great. Ophelia, she's always been a tertiary character. We don't ever see much of her anyway. But so Strand, he's the top dog right now, and Madison's the only one left. I wonder where they're going to take it. They lost so many people. I like the episode. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was good, and I thought that them showing what happens with a group that goes psycho, what happens with that. But where the fuck are they going to go now? There's only a couple people left, and there's really not too many good characters. I'm guessing, and this makes sense to me, they're going to pick up Alex and that other kid. Remember, they already set up for that kid to be decent. What's that dude name? Was John or some shit like that? Jacob or Jimmy or Jonah or the guy that Alicia turned on her family for. He's with Alex, and I'm thinking Alex is coming back because they gave us too much development for her to just be gone. So I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. It makes sense to me. So with that being stated, I'm guessing Alex and the other guy are going to join, and that's going to be the new group. It's going to be Alex, Johnny, or whatever his name is, Alicia, Ophelia, and Madison. So we're going to have, basically, I'm thinking the people we need to look forward to are Strand, then Alex. Alex was pretty solid. She's a pretty solid character. Then after that, Madison is potentially a good character. She's got potential. Let me check the comments and then we'll head out. Okay. Alex? She's got potential. Okay. Mean is the illest. Thank you. I appreciate it. You got yourself a new place? Yeah. I'm still fucked up, but we making some moves. I wonder what's going to happen to Nick. Oh, he's dead. Remember, I already told you in the live reaction. He keeps walking amongst the fucking walkers. He's going to make a mistake because you do know that even when you're covered in walker guts, if you make too many sudden movements, they will still attack you, right? Not only that, you're wearing what's the shit called? The shit is rotten flesh. You're gonna get sick. Nick is gonna be walking amongst the walkers as a fucking walker. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, Mean, do you know the type of what type of laptop or camera or microphone that's good to start making your YouTube videos? I've been looking to get into it, but I don't know. The correct answer is whatever you have. Take whatever you have, because the best thing to do is to start immediately. Because if you start a year later on with all this proper equipment, with everything that you need, it's going to suck because you're not experienced. You might as well go ahead and start now, and then start finding out. Looking up. Making incremental advancements. So you might start off with a camera and say, "Oh, the camera's not that great." After a while, buy another camera. After a while, if your computer's not that great, buy another one. Just make incremental upgrades. That's how you do it. Because by the time you make it to that year when you finally start, which is what happened to me, I sat there and procrastinated for a year. You could have enough experience, a year's worth of experience, and been good at what you're doing by then. So start now with whatever you have. The whole movie thing doing for you. How the whole movie thing doing for you? Onlinemovies.is. That is. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Mean, is The Legend of Korra better than Avatar? Hell no. Hell no. The Legend of Korra definitely is not the they're not about the same. They're similar, but they're vaguely similar. Korra is trash in comparison to the Avatar Last Airbender. But the third season of Korra, excellent. Also, the backstory on the first Avatar, excellent. And the beginning of season 1, excellent. But it just falls apart in a lot of different spots. But the third season, that season was great. Okay, I think the boat is going to be gone or messed up. I don't know. I mean, they did say if it's still there, so maybe so. Okay, you ever think that Strand and his group would ever run into Negan and his new hoes, Rick, Carl, and Glenn? It's possible, but I doubt it. They're all the way on the other side of the country. I mean, they're not even in the same country right now, so I doubt it. A lot of midlife crises in this episode, yeah. Ezekiel Yabba Dabba. You racist me. No, I'm not. I didn't say Ezekiel Yabba Dabba. I mean, you know the fuck I'm talking about. The people just have some weird ass name. Mean religion bashing. No, I'm not. I just said that there's 3 major religions. They conflict each other a lot. So that means that they can't all be right, which means some people are not following shit that actually makes sense. Somebody, might not be all of them, but somebody isn't. Okay, Mean, do you feel it's going to be a time skip when Fear the Walking Dead come back from its break? Is it going to be a time skip? Hell no. I mean, well, not on the first episode, shall I say. It could be a time skip, But the first episode, we got to see who Negan killed. They got to start off from that point. Now, after that point, I mean, if they don't start from that point, it's going to be bullshit. It's going to be like, oh, they cut to in the future and say, oh, Negan killed Chris. I mean, they killed Glenn. Like they just going to say it. No, we need to see it. We need to see Glenn or whoever it is getting his brain bashed in. Okay, what type of equipment you got making your videos? The laptop I'm using is a Sony Vaio, but it's old, and this is an old laptop that I'm going to get rid of. I got another laptop over here. It's a HP Pavilion. I just got it. It was cheap. It's not, but it's better than this because it's newer. But I'm going to use this till the wheels fall off. The camera I got is a Logitech C960 or some shit like that. And that's all I use. And I just take notes and shit like that. Okay, Maine doesn't realize that religion is basically just a philosophy that has a lot of followers. No, it's not just basically a philosophy. A philosophy is a philosophy. It's an organized, it's almost like an organization. You get what I'm saying? So they follow a philosophy. It's based off philosophy, but it's not a philosophy. That's like saying a scientist is science. No, a scientist follows science. He uses science, should I say. But he's not science. So a religion is not philosophy. It's based off philosophy. Okay, I lost myself on YouTube. Okay, cool. You found something. Okay, Strand reminds me of one of my uncles that whooped my ass when I was younger for cutting school. I hate that nigga. Oh man. You hate your uncle or you hate Strand? My religion, the real one, fool all y'all's. My religion, the real one. Well, everybody says that. Okay, remember everyone to donate to me in Patreon. He needs a shape-up transplant surgery. Link to the Patreon's in the description box. Do you think Daniel's first mental breakdown was worse than Rick's when he shot Dave and Tony in the bar and seeing Ghost Lori in the prison? It wasn't as dramatic, but I think it was worse because he just was not stable. Rick was coming into the game stable, and he just had to make a breakdown. Daniel was already unstable, so just that little break that he had was devastating for Daniel. Whereas Rick, he could take more because he wasn't already mentally unstable. He just started becoming mentally unstable. Daniel was already fucked up. His wife was keeping him stable and keeping him in check because she was like a what's it called? What's the shit called? A damn shrink for him. That's what was going on. How good is this series? It's pretty good. Can you compare it to another series in terms of quality other than Walking Dead? I don't know. Okay, which show is better, The Walking Dead or Revolution? I never seen Revolution. Everybody keeps telling me it's good though. Okay, answer your phone, mean I'm calling you. Nah, I'm getting ready to answer it. I'm going to call the person back. Okay, philosophy is real life nature. Religion is fantasy. Philosophy is not real life. That's science. When you say real life, nature, etc., that's science. Philosophy is abstract. It has nothing to do with real, tangible things. Philosophy is conceptual. When you talk about nature, nature is real, physical, is here. That's science. Philosophy is the other. And science is the physical, and philosophy is the conceptual. Okay, so should I start watching third season of Core? Watch the first season, then the third season, because you're gonna like the first season until the very last few episodes, the last like 2 episodes, but it's going to set you up for the third season. So watch the first season, the third season, and watch the Avatar 1 or Avatar Wine special, because I don't know if that's in season 4, but you definitely need to watch that. Season 4 was decent. It wasn't too bad. It just was crazy at the end. But it was all right. Okay, Korra is bisexual. She ends up with Asami. It's cute. Yeah, Korra is bisexual. I wonder why she played Bolin like that, though. She went with Asami like that. That's the part that didn't get me. Not the part that she liked Asami. Cool. I don't got no problem with that. Asami. But Bolin was trying to get at her for a long time. I need to be with, what's the other dude name? Bolin's brother. I forgot what his fucking name is. She was all on his dick, even though he didn't want her. But then out of the blue, me and Asami spent a week together. I'm with her. I'm with it. Bolin was cool. But Bolin helped you save the world 4 times. I'm just not feeling him. Okay, cool. You're an idiot, but cool. No, Asami's a good person. She made a good choice. She made a good choice. Okay, what are some good anime movies I should watch? I don't know. One Piece Gold. Okay, Korra end up with that chick for real. I didn't know they have the balls to go. Yeah, they did. They didn't show them fucking or nothing like that, but they showed them together. Okay, but anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke, and you got the power to change that. Peace.